Welcome to Econo Chat. Let's talk business with Mr. Daniel Steinman and myself, Elsie Bitimnyani, as your hostess. And today we are talking about the next generation. Are you part of the next generation, or are you just sitting there and just saying, okay, I'm just waiting for someone to do something so that I can enjoy the fruits? Something that we also need to touch on, Mr. Daniel Steinman, is what is the youth also doing in regards for their own future? But a warm welcome to you.
Thank you, Elsie, and what you said is very true. What are they doing?
Yeah.
But as always, let's first define the playing field a little bit. And there's lots of Gen this and Gen that and Gen X and Gen Z and next gen. So let's make a very broad definition in the economy of the next generation that must lead the economy.
Yeah.
So if you look at sort of the training that you require, if you don't need to go to university, but most of the people that will lead the economy in 20 years from now will be at university right now.
Yeah.
So the type of tools and the competencies that you need, you will certainly need some training, some tertiary training. So if we look at a broad definition, we are saying that the next generation is somebody between 25 and 45 currently. And that person, that individual, will play a growing role in the economy until in about 20 years from now, when that person is somewhere between 45 and 65, that person executes a very prominent leading role in either managing the economy or participating in it.
Yeah.
So if you've got a rich daddy and you can just inherit all of it, nice, then you just carry on with the family business. If you're not a rich daddy or you don't have one, and you are an entrepreneur and you currently still at MSM, that's micro, small and medium enterprise level, it's going to take you 20 years to get to a leadership position. So with that sort of age bracket that I defined, it sort of sets the debate that we're looking at people that are in the process of getting ready to take on more responsibility. And I think what's very important is that, talking about the next generation in economics is not just philosophical.
Yeah.
People would think, what about it? This is what economics is all about. If we measure and we hantekeer and we draw up graphs and we tables and spreadsheets and heavy calculations and projections, but it's actually not for us. It's for the people who come after us.
Yeah. And
if you lose sight of that basic motivation, I personally think you're wasting your time, because you can. It's always a good thing to try and make some money, to try and carve out a living, to try and become to go from a small entrepreneur to a big entrepreneur, because you need entrepreneurs. You need people to start very small companies that eventually become medium-sized companies that eventually become large companies, because they provide the employment.
Yeah.
And you need to look at this, not what can we achieve in 12 months from now or 24 months. You look at this, what do we want to achieve 10, 20, 30 years from now? Now, if you look at this, if I can take you to the political side of it, Vision 2030, conceived more than 20 years ago, was drafted or conceptualized exactly in that type of framework. 10-year, 20-year, 30-year view. Not quick results, not fly-by-night type of results, but first working on the foundation, and then working on what we built upon that foundation, and then sort of later on working on leadership.
Yeah.
And that's a very important thing, You can't expect leadership qualities of an upcoming generation if they have not been exposed to the demands of leadership.
So true.
Yeah, and that it sounds like you and I are having a very nice, very philosophical discussion. We're actually having a very deep economic discussion.
Yeah.
What it's all about, and how do we make this cake that we call prosperity? First of all, how do we make it bigger to include more people, for more individuals, more Namibians to see the benefits, and then eventually, like Vision 2030, how do we make it so big that we include every Namibian, not just some?
Yeah.
And this is the important thing. You can measure as much as you want. If you lose sight of the goal, which is prosperity for everybody, you're wasting your time.
I think we can end it there for now and quickly go for a break. That was well said, Mr. Steinman. But let's quickly go for a break. This interesting conversation does not end right now. We will be back after this short break.